This is my 1-year review.
What's up, everyone? You are on the Corvette 252 show. Scroll down, click that subscribe button, become part of this awesome community. Let's go!
You want a chance to win yourself a beautiful Corvette? Well, here's your opportunity. The horsepower gets you going, but the torque keeps you going. Experience the thrill, the ultimate performance, and shift yourself into to buy some tickets right now. Let's go.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, here is at Auburn Court Duesenberg Automobile Museum, and they're giving away a 2024 Corvette Z06 convertible with the Z07 package plus $25,000. This giveaway is going to run out soon. For you being a Corvette 252 member and subscriber of this channel and viewer, you get 50% bonus entries on your ticket purchases. Now this 50% bonus entries only lasts to the end of this month, so go ahead and get your tickets while they last because this is a brand new giveaway. The way to get your tickets are by clicking the link down in my description or clicking the link in my pinned comment section. When you click the link, go to donate now to enter. You will see CGarner as my code that will get you the discount. Click on whatever ticket that works best for you, whether it's going to be the $25, the $50, the $100, $200, $350, $500, $1,000, or $2,000. And then you go over to the right, put in your information, click continue, and you just bought your tickets to win this 2024 Corvette beautiful Z06. And on top of that, the last winner said he bought $500 worth of tickets 4 days in a row, and he came away with a brand new 2024 Corvette Z06 and $30,000 in cash.
For everyone that's new to the channel, this is my 2023 Corvette Z06. This is my 1-year review. This bad boy is a 5.5 flat plane crank V8 with 670 horsepower and 460 foot-pounds of torque. I'm not going to lie to you, I experienced a lot of that. I'm the typical guy that drives my car manual everywhere I go because I love the sound of the exhaust. This car is 0 to 60 in 2.4 seconds. Where can you get a car in the market that literally costs as much as a Z06 but give you this type of performance? There ain't that many. To get you the performance that most people want out of a sports car, a lot of people go to those high-end brands. Well, you don't really need it. Chevrolet has definitely did it with this car. So overall, let me give you my 1-year review and my experience of this Corvette Z06, and hopefully this helps you buy your next car, or it currently helps you keep your next car going. First off, let's talk about the performance. The performance of the Z06 is absolutely amazing. I love sitting at a light and hitting that gas pedal and hearing that exhaust it just feels like I'm part of the car. The performance of this bad boy is absolutely not, I just don't have the words for it. The performance of this vehicle is absolutely phenomenal. I mean, when you're on a track and you experience the curve and the driving and the ability and the handling of this bad boy is absolutely insane. The performance you get with this bad boy compared to a lot of the high-end models is absolutely insane. This is a lot of performance for a fraction of the price. You know, a lot of people think about the Lamborghinis and the Ferraris and those top of the line cars, McLarens and stuff like that. Those cars will cost you anywhere between $300,000 or more. This car will cost you a lot less than that, and give you the same type of performance that those cars will give you. So if you're in the market for a Corvette Z06 and you're comparing it to any of those other cars, I would literally say give yourself an opportunity to drive one of these and you'll save yourself some money. Another thing that I love about my 2023 Corvette Z06 is the design. This bad boy gives you that exotic look. I mean, look at this curve. Absolutely gorgeous. Look at these diplanes. Absolutely phenomenal. Look at this front splitter. It's absolutely phenomenal. This damper right here is just absolutely amazing. It's carbon fiber, so it makes the car pop even more. I love, love, love the headlights. The headlights is absolutely gorgeous. It makes this car truly looks and feels like an exotic car. I like how when you see this bad boy at night, it gives you that mean, aggressive look. The LED lighting is absolutely phenomenal. Now we're going back to the mirror. I love the fact that this blinks when I'm driving because it gives me an opportunity to see signaling the person behind me and in front of me, and the people that's outside of the car can see it as well. I love this mirror because this mirror is a little bit bigger than the one that came on the C7 Corvette, and it's giving me a wider range of seeing the cars on my left and on my right-hand side. I love the fact that it has this wishbone because it separates the car and breaks up the body a lot more than a lot of other cars do. And this carbon fiber as well, side skirts, absolutely set the car apart. Now, if you were to take off the side skirts, the diplanes, and the front splitter, and this wishbone, the body lines wouldn't look as great. I love how the car literally flows from here and the line here, and it flows back into the rear. And this rear spoiler makes this car absolutely fantastic. This rear spoiler definitely gives this car the ultimate performance and the ultimate look that you can ever ask for in a Corvette that's a fraction of the price, again, of a McLaren, Lamborghini, and Ferrari. Now, I will admit, one of the things that are absolutely phenomenal with the design of this car is the convertible. Now, I love the nacelles. The nacelles make this car even more different. Now, here's the thing. I could have gone black with all of this, but I wanted to break it up. I wanted to have yellow in the front and black in the back. I think the black accent pieces that I have in this car gives just enough to break up the body lines, to break up the curves, to make this design look even better. Now, there's nothing wrong with blacking this whole entire top out because a lot of people go that direction, and that is absolutely okay. But I truly love how wide this car is, and I truly love how these nacelles make this car looks different. Another thing about the design of the C Corvette that a lot of people love is the fact that it's much wider and more aggressive. Most Stingrays in itself are already wide and already aggressive, but the Z06 just gives you that little bit more aggressive stance and aggressive look naturally from the factory. I used to have a Stingray and I absolutely loved it, and I think it's also a great performance car for the money. And I love the way that car is a little bit bigger and a little bit wider than a C7 Corvette. But this stance on this vehicle right here is absolutely phenomenal. Another thing that I decided to do personally on my own, which was to put aftermarket wheels in this bad boy. Now, here's the thing. If you want a set of aftermarket wheels, this is the company you need to go to, Forge Light. I'm telling you right now, do not hesitate on getting yourself some aftermarket wheels for your car. You can actually get wheels from them that's OEM as well, in a different color of your choice. So if you want a different set of wheels for your vehicle, this is how you do it. Contact Forge Light right now. You use my code Speed252 and you'll get $250 off, free shipping, free lug nuts, free ceramic coating, and that's a heck of a deal and a heck of a price. This is how you get your wheels.
Forge Light Wheel gave me a pair of their wheels. As you can see on my Corvette Z06 is the only wheel brand I will stand behind. If you're looking for an awesome set of Corvette wheels for your C8 Stingray, your E-Ray, or your Z06, or possibly your Corvette ZR1, this is a company you should hit up. You know why? Because they're giving away $150 off your set of wheels, free ceramic coating, free shipping, and free lug nuts through Forge Light Wheels. Definitely go to their website, check them out, type in forgelight.com, look at an awesome set of designs that they may have on their website, figure out what wheel pattern you want, figure out what color you want, and on top of that, again, you tell them that Clarence sent you from Speed 252, and you get $150 off your set of wheels on top of free ceramic coating, free shipping, free lug nuts, and they will send it directly to your door. I'm telling you right now, these wheels are absolutely amazing, and they can design whatever you want, however you want. Contact Forge Light to order your set of wheels today for your brand new or used Corvette.
Back to the video. Now, another thing I love about the 2023 Corvette and owning it for a year is literally the community. The community after owning this bad boy has been absolutely phenomenal. I mean, just this morning, I ended up going to a Corvette event with my friend Jose. Nothing but Corvettes out there. Now, they had some exotics, but it was Corvette day. And you got an opportunity to see other people who had Z06s, people that had Stingrays, people that had C7s, C1, C2, C3, C4, C5s, and so forth and so forth. When you own a Corvette, the community is absolutely phenomenal. Hands down, you guys that are watching this video, is amazing. I mean, just alone this community that I have on my channel, it's absolutely phenomenal. For every one of you that haven't joined this channel yet, you need to hit that subscribe button, Give this video a thumbs up and leave your comments down below, because I'm telling you right now, this is an awesome community to be a part of. On YouTube, outside of YouTube, it is absolutely phenomenal. The community brings you in like their own. There's nothing like talking to a follower of the channel or a Corvette owner and listen to them talk about the things they've done to their Corvette that made it their own, whether it's from the wheels, whether it's from the carbon fiber on the inside, the carbon fiber on the outside, whether it's the color they chose, and you get an opportunity to hear about their experiences from other Corvettes they owned in the past to the ones in the future. So it's been really great to actually be a part of the Corvette community. So, you know, owning this car for 1 year has been fantastic, absolutely fantastic. So let's talk about the interior, guys. The interior of this vehicle is absolutely, by far, one of the best interiors that Chevrolet has ever made. Now, anybody that says anything differently, I would love to know your opinion. The interior of this bad boy has been absolutely great. I mean, you guys can see I'm at 7,989,000 miles, and I love driving this car. And right now I'm in tour mode. So let's switch it over to Z mode. You can see how things change. The technology in this bad boy is absolutely great. As you guys can see, for the people that are new to the channel, this is park, this is reverse, this is neutral, this is drive. Chevrolet have definitely outdid themselves in regarding the 2023 Z06 and more. Literally, you just flip this back, now you're in reverse, now you're in drive, now you're in neutral. The only way to go in manual is you have to actually put it in drive and then put it in manual. So this is absolutely phenomenal to have. If you take a look at this, traction control, front lift, front view cameras. And as you guys can see over here, you have the buttons, heated and cooled seats right here. AC, heated cool seats down here as well for your passenger who gets to control it on their own. The technology is by far so much better, so much greater inside of the Corvette Z06, and you can't hear the front lift, but you can see right there that it's rising. Now I'm pushing the button to go down, and now it's lowering. This is the first Corvette that has ever owned a front lift. Absolutely, absolutely, absolutely great. I cannot thank Chevrolet enough for giving us the front lift. Now, here's an opportunity to see exactly the rear view camera. And now you get to see the different rear view camera as well. This is actually dope. I love driving it with this option. This will take you some time to get used to. It took me like 2 days, and once I figured it out, it was good to go. Now, this is a convertible, so when the top is down, you don't have this. The car automatically go back to here. But as long as the top is up, you automatically have this. Another great thing about this is you have a rear view window. So you're able to release this window by pushing the button down, and that gives you an opportunity to get more airflow without having to put the top down. Absolutely great, absolutely phenomenal. The interior, again, is absolutely amazing. I have the Sky Cool Gray seats. I love the sound system. The sound system is absolutely amazing, absolutely amazing. Hands down, one of my favorite things about the car for sure is the sound system. As you see up here, you see a lot of the buttons, OnStar, SOS, the Hyzer button, and things of that nature. If you guys are getting your car trailered or towed and the alarm keeps going off, you push that off button and that will stop your alarm from going off in your vehicle while it's getting towed. Now, once your car get off the trailer and you put it in park and drive, you don't have to worry about pushing that button again. It will automatically reset itself. So that's something good to know for anybody that's wanting to trailer their car. If you get a 2LT or a 3LT Stingray or a 2LZ or a 3LZ Corvette Z06 of that nature, you will get these garage openers. If you get anything like a 1LT, 1LZ, you will not get this as well. So for a lot of you that own garages, I would say get this, but some of you guys can buy the garage remotes. You can put them up here, latch it to your car, and you're all good to go. Now let's go ahead and put this bad boy back in normal mode, and you can see right there that it went back to tour mode. Now this nozzle here, a lot of people ask what it does. If you turn this, this will put your car into another mode. Now I'm in track mode. This car is an absolute beast. Absolutely, absolutely phenomenal. As most car has, the push button start right here.
and I just turned my car off.
So that's a lot of the good things about the C8 Corvette Z06 after owning it for 1 year. And the last thing I want to talk about in regarding to the good, because I'm going to save the bad for the last and the ugly. The good is the comfort. This car is very comfortable compared to most supercars. I sat in the Aventador, I sat in Porsches, and those cars are comfortable, but this car you can actually daily drive every single day. I'm going to make a separate video talking about that so you guys get an understanding of how comfortable this car is and how often you can actually drive this vehicle. But overall, for the good of this car, I love the color. The Accelerate Yellow to me is one of the most outstanding exotic colors you can get. Now remember, I think this yellow is exotic. The new yellow that they're coming out with isn't as exotic, but this is a great yellow, by far my favorite yellow, hands down. So those things to me brings out the good in this car: the performance, the technology, the interior, how comfortable it is, and the community. Those things make this car, the 1 year ownership, absolutely amazing. Now let's get into some of the bad things. One of the bad things that a lot of people would say, if we're not comparing Lamborghinis and Ferraris and Porsches, is the price. Now the Corvette Z06 does come with a hefty price tag. I said it because a lot of guys end up paying over MSRP when they first got their car. And I've always suggested to people, do not pay over MSRP, because what you end up doing is it gives Chevrolet an opportunity to increase the prices on their own, saying, well, if people are willing to pay 25 over, 5K over, 50K over for a Stingray and then Z06s, that will give them an opportunity to increase their prices higher on future cars. For instance, Chevrolet still has not dropped the price of the Z01 yet. And the reason why I believe so is because they're still figuring out what the price of their car will be. They got an idea of what the price of the Z01 is going to cost people, but they know for a fact people are going to pay over MSRP. Literally, a guy left a comment on my channel the other day saying he's willing to pay over 100K for the Z01. Guys, stop paying over MSRP. You're hurting guys who are wanting to buy the car in the future. And that's causing the value of these cars to kind of go wishy-washy. So when it comes down to pricing of the Corvette Z06 compared to the other supercars, it's great. The bad thing is if you get a lot of guys that continue to pay over MSRP, it's going to drive the prices up even higher on these bad boys, which is taking it out of customers' hands. And if I'm going to be honest with you, I do think Chevrolet is starting to price out their normal everyday workers. The Corvette used to be that car where anybody is able to afford it if they work really hard and be able to get a car that has the performance of a supercar. Now Chevrolet is starting to price out their customer base, and I wanted to know, based off you guys, and leave your comments down below, is that a bad idea? So another thing that I'm going to talk about that could be bad depending on who you're talking to is the fuel economy. Now the fuel economy on the Z06 isn't that great, especially when you're driving in the city a lot. In the city, you'll probably get about 9 miles per gallon. On the highway, maybe 13. Being in California, a lot of people talk about the gas being really expensive. It kind of is, depending on how your driving habits are and where you go and where you don't go. Getting 9 miles to the gallon in the city is not that great. Relatively, everything is a little bit closer here, but the fuel economy is something that some people care about and some things that people don't care about. I know some people say they bought the car to drive. They don't care about, gas mileage. I know sometimes I say every mile is a smile. So the fuel economy is your personal preference. Obviously, it's based off how hard you drive, how often you drive, how far you go, and how hard you drive the car. So the fuel economy is going to be something that I would say right now is bad, because getting 9 miles to the gallon isn't that great. The Stingray is absolutely phenomenal on gas, and I heard the E-Ray is as well. For the performance and the exhaust and the sound that you get out of the Corvette Z06, do you really care about the gas mileage? All right, so another thing that a lot of people would consider bad for the Z06 is, although the interior is really comfortable, these chairs, which are the GT1 seats, are super comfortable. People think the space is just a little cramped. I've seen a lot of customers report on forums and things of that nature that the interior is a little crampy when it comes down to having your passenger inside. So one of the things that a lot of people complain about is the Great Wall of Buttons, or what they call it. So obviously, back in the day, you wouldn't have these buttons here. And honestly, I like it, right? And it gives you that cockpit feeling that a lot of people talk about in regarding to the Corvette. And I truly believe Chevrolet did a great job of building the interior of this car. It's definitely way better than most of the interiors I've seen in some supercars and in some cars that are not supercars. And I really believe that this gives it an exotic look. So a lot of people do complain about the interior. So I can go ahead and say that that's one of the bad things that people say in regard to the Corvette C8. Now I will say I had this car for a year and I haven't even ripped off this plastic yet. But that's one of the things that people do complain about is the interior of this bad boy being so cramped. And there's a comment that I saw in the forum that was kind of funny at the same time. I'm not going to be able to say it in my video. I think it's a little bit inappropriate. But at the end of the day, that customer said he doesn't like the Great Wall of Buttons because his wife is not able to do something to him in the car. I'm not going to say it was exactly, but you guys get that. A lot of people that say it's bad in regarding to the Corvette. Now, again, this is my 1 year review. A lot of people complain about the visibility. I personally don't have an issue with the visibility at all. I don't think it's bad. You know, nothing's perfect, right? Nothing is 100%. But I feel like the rear view camera in this car, if it's in, you know, the rear view camera 4K mode, it gives you a wide range of seeing everything behind you, even other lanes. Now, if you're using the mirror only, I feel like you only get just so much behind you. But this rear view camera that's on the back right here, and I'll show you for a lot of people that are new to the channel, is located right here. This is a rear view camera, has a camera right here. This camera gives you an opportunity to see at least 3 to 4 lanes as you're driving the car behind you. Now, when you got the top down and you have just the camera that's not on and it's just a rear view mirror only, it gives you still a wide range, your normal range that you do when you're driving. Now, when you got the coupe and you take the top off, you still have an opportunity to use the camera or the rear view mirror, your personal preference. I have spoken to a lot of people and most people prefer the mirror. But if you get used to looking at the rear view camera itself, I think it's better. Then you have the left and the right mirrors that gives you an opportunity to see a little bit more behind you. Now you can adjust these however you like. There are certain things you can attach to the mirror as well that make this a little bit more better for you. And I truly believe Chevrolet putting the signals on both sides of the cars absolutely helped as well. I think it gives you an opportunity to be a little bit more safer. And I made this comment in one of my videos a long time ago, and Chevrolet actually heard that comment and actually decided to do it. Back in 2020, when the Stingray first came out, you bought a 1LT, you didn't get the camera in the back. And there were some safety features you didn't get at all. And I told Chevrolet, literally in that video, that I think every car should come with safety features because that's what's important at the end of the day. Whether you get the heated and cooled seats or the front lift, that's optional, up to you. But getting the rear view camera and other safety features is an automatic must inside of your vehicle. So Chevrolet saw that vehicle, heard my thoughts, because I care about you guys, and decided to now make every vehicle have a rear view camera. So Chevrolet, thank you for doing that, because I really believe that was truly stunning of you guys to do so, and it was very important. Now, another thing I'm going to talk about, based off things I saw in the forum, things I saw on Facebook, and people talking about in general, is parts. Now, you consider the parts been a bad thing because you just can't go to the junkyard and get parts for a Corvette Z06. You can go get your Z06 that's been wrecked. You can probably get your parts from Chevrolet, but how many of you guys, leave your comments down below, have had issues with your Z06 or your Stingray or your E-Ray, and it took you a while to get parts for your car? Now, luckily, I am blessed. Owning this car since 2023, I haven't had a single issue with it, other than some paint chipping, which I haven't taken in to get it taken care of yet. But outside of that, mechanically, I haven't had any issues with this car whatsoever. I know a lot of guys have had blown engines. I know a lot of guys have had rim issues or tire issues, which again, if you want a different set of wheels, contact Forge Light. That'll take care of all your tire issues. My old wheels didn't crack because I got rid of them before they did. Crack issues, chipping paint. One of the guys said his convertible got stuck. A lot of guys are having transmission issues, which is one of the bad things about this car, and actually could be one of the ugly parts about this car as well. I don't know how many parts Chevrolet has in stock for the car, but I have talked to a lot of people who own this car who had issues. Their car has been in the shop for a very long time because of Chevrolet may not having the parts for the vehicle. So you can kind of say that's a bad and an ugly part of the vehicle. With that being said, let's go ahead and talk about this is about to get real ugly. So one of the things I will say that is ugly with the car, and this is not my personal experience, but I'm going to talk about it from other people's personal experiences, is the dealership experiences. Now, I love my Corvette Z06. I bought all my cars from the same dealership. First, it was Corvette. Corvette got sold. Now it's Sciocca. Those guys treat me extremely well. I have nothing bad to say about them whatsoever. Everybody has their personal opinion and preference on whatever dealership they go to. That's on you. As far as my experience with my car, my salesman, Sam, that used to be there, that retired now, treated me absolutely phenomenal. The general manager, Dan and Dave, treats me super well. So I love those guys for how much they take care of me, and me making videos take care of them. With that being said, a lot of other people experience really ugly dealerships and really ugly salesmen that either lied to them, that either took money from them, or just made their overall buying experience extremely poor. Now, if you're a dealership and you're watching this video, I would honestly say if you feel like you're treating customers poorly and you feel like you're giving them ugly experiences, that's not okay. Because when you buy a car like this, the Stingray, the E-Ray, the Z06, and obviously the Z01 in the future, and then obviously the Zora and whatever's come after that, maybe the Grand Sport, people want an awesome experience. I mean, this is an awesome car by itself. And if they're coming into your dealership and dropping money on a purchase like this, you want to give them an experience of a lifetime. Now, a lot of people decide to say, skip the dealership route, and they rather do the Corvette Museum. Now, I will say, I experienced the Corvette Museum and it was absolutely phenomenal. I got my 2020 C8 Stingray Museum delivery. If you guys are interested in that, video is on my channel. For anybody that's looking for an awesome experience outside of going to the dealership, at that time it was an extra $1,000. And what you can do is tell your dealership that you want to do that experience. Once you build your car will get shipped automatically to Bowling Green. You go over there and you pick your bad boy up. And I can promise you this, your experience at Bowling Green will be a lot better than buying your car at a dealership. A lot of reasons why the dealership treat people poorly, because they're like, hey, if you don't buy this car, somebody else will. That's a poor mindset. Another reason why I think the dealership experience is also bad, because a lot of the salesmen don't even know enough information about the car. I had a dealership back at home once in North Carolina contact me and say, hey, brother, we need your help. We got a customer here that's interested in buying a C8 Corvette Stingray at the time, and our salesmen don't have enough knowledge about this car. Do you mind coming up to the showroom and actually talking to him about it? And I did, right? They didn't give me any money or anything. I did it out of kindness of my heart because I wanted the Corvette community to be larger. When I got there, the guy asked me questions, what should I do with my car? What kind of specs should I get? What kind of color should I get? Should I get the 1LT, the 2LT, the 3LT? Should I get the front lift? Should I get things like that? And I broke all that stuff down for him after owning the car for a while. And he was a happy guy. Now, can you say that added to his dealership experience? Was it good? Probably, because they had me go up there and kind of give him details about the car that the dealership didn't have. But it could have been bad for him too, because the dealership that he was going to didn't have the knowledge of the car that he was trying to buy. So I will say that a lot of people will say that dealership experiences are pretty ugly. But leave your comments down below. What's your guys' thoughts? Were your experience at the dealership a lot better than a lot of other people's? I would love to know. A lot of people would love to know. Some people love to know what dealership they should and should not go to. I think that's really important, because when you buy a car like this, you want to have a good experience. And I hope that for everyone. Now, this next subject is definitely ugly, but I got to get into it. The resale value. I talked earlier about paying over MSRP. There are a lot of customers right now who have paid over MSRP that can't get out of their cars. And when you pay over MSRP and you want to get out of it, you're kind of stuck. And that paying over MSRP has gotten a lot of cars in the resale value kind of territory mixed up with mixed feelings and mixed reviews, honestly. A lot of people that bought their cars at MSRP were trying to get rid of their cars for the next model, and they was upside down, which means either they couldn't get out of their current car or they have to roll that negative equity into the current car, which makes your payments even higher. So it goes back to an ugly thing. I can't tell you what to do, but I suggest that you don't buy a car over MSRP because it will hurt you in the long run, unless you can sell it to a private customer who's willing to pay what you're asking for. But most likely that won't be the case because it's not that hard to go online these days, do some research and get you a Z06 at MSRP, get you a Stingray below MSRP. I don't know what the E-rays are going for, whether it's below or under. You guys can tell me that. But I do think it's important to continue buying cars at the price they should be bought at, because if you don't, that will drive the prices high. And there's a reason why Chevrolet has not released the price of the 01 yet, because I guarantee you what they're thinking is, if dealerships are going to mark this car up over MSRP, then we need to decide how much money we want out of this car before they get the money out of their car. It's a business thing, right? It's a supply and demand type of thing. And a lot of people want the 01. So we'll see what exactly that price will be when that car comes out, and how many of you guys are actually interested in the 01, because I would love to know. Another ugly thing that some people will talk about, which I cannot talk about from my experience, is the wear and tear. I've only owned the car for a year. Haven't had any wear and tear issues yet. I have sky cool gray seats that are a lot easier to clean. Do my blew off my jeans get on the seats a little bit, but literally you use soap, Dawn, and water, wipe it out, warm water, and it'll come out and the seat will be completely fine. So the sky cool gray seats, if you're questioning whether or not it's the right seat for you, you can get those ceramic coated if you wanted to, or you can just use regular Dawn soap and water and wipe it out when you clean your car, and you won't have any issues. I think the sky cool gray seats goes in almost every color car, and it looks really good. Another thing that's always a wear and tear are the tires. I don't have the Z07 package. I have the Z07 Aero, but not the package and the suspension. So my tires are the same tires that came with the car. For a lot of people that has a Z06 with the Z07 package, leave your comments down below. How long did your Cup 2 tires last? These tires, I have a lot of tire wear on them, and I have a lot of life in them. For a lot of people who own this car currently with Cup 2s, I don't think they really lasted that long. But that's what I've heard from previous customers on the forums and things of that nature. And I don't think you really need the Z07 package, but some people may suggest otherwise. I haven't tracked my car yet, but I've tracked the Z06 with the Z07 package, and it was great. But I also can track this car without the Z07 package as well. So, you know, the ugly thing is with the Z07 package is, you know, the wear and tear, longevity-wise of the tires, the brakes. I mean, the brakes alone are like $13,000 if you wear them out or not drive the car or take care of it properly. So that can be a really ugly thing in regarding the car in general. Another ugly thing, obviously, is, you know, if people don't take care of them and they drive it inappropriately and they wreck them, and you see photos online. Now, sometimes accidents happen. That's part of life. Totally get it. But there's times when people drive reckless, and it makes the car look bad a little bit if they decided to do something that doesn't make any sense and kind of put themselves in a predicament, or somebody else in a predicament that's not okay. But, you know, like, again, things happen. But overall, on a scale from 1 to 10, if somebody said today, Clarence, I'm thinking about buying myself a Porsche or a Corvette Z06, I'm going to say, obviously, Corvette Z06. And I might be biased to that because it's a fraction of the price. But the maintenance is a lot easier on a Corvette Z06 than I'm assuming a Porsche. Having owned a Porsche, if you guys have owned a Porsche, leave your comments down below. But that's my personal opinion. Overall, I am extremely happy with this car. On a scale from 1 to 10, I give it an 8. I love my spec. I love the way I spec'd it out. I love the community with it. It's one of my favorite things about owning this car. Like, guys, you have been great. The community with the Corvette is phenomenal. Hands down, one of the best communities to be a part of. And I love the fact that I'm able to get emails from you guys and interview your cars, interview your story. So for a lot of you who are interested in having your car featured on the channel, send me an email. If you guys are relatively close, we can kind of meet up and make this video together. If you live far away, we have to figure that whole thing out, or whatever the case may be. But I would love to have you on the channel, you know, give you opportunity to showcase your Corvette and talk about your build, your spec, the things you love about it, the things you don't like about it, and what makes you want to be in the Corvette community type of thing. So, guys, also, if you're interested in owning a Corvette and you want to enter the drawing, definitely do so. I really think those drawings are really awesome and give you opportunity to win a Corvette, whether it's a Z06, E-Ray, Stingray, ZR1. buy yourself some tickets. A lot of people have had opportunities to win those cars, and they've been absolutely great. Spoke to one of the winners in the past. Phenomenal guy. Absolutely loving this car. And you get cash on top of that as well. And it gives you opportunity to be part of the community. Again, I really appreciate you for watching my 1-year review Corvette Z06. I have a lot of content coming you guys' way, so definitely stay tuned for that. And I cannot thank you enough for being part of this community. And the horsepower gets you going, but the torque keeps you going as well. So see you on the Speed 252. We'll catch you in another episode. We're out.